Sunday, ZeXzy Monday, ZeXzy Tuesday, ZeXzy Wednesday, ZeXzy Thursday, ZeXzy Friday, ZeXzy Saturday, ZeXzy Sunday, ZeXzy any day, ZeXzy every day, ZeXzy all day.
She be calling ZeXzy, all these fine girls tryna sex me. Man, I try focus, she no let me. She be in my DM, she dey text me, she dey tempt me. She wanna come over, say she wanna taste my sugar. Say them man sweet fast forward, and she no want no order, come over.
Baby, you're so tell me the story that would have never been told.
But I choose to leave. Oh, when I'm empty inside, I'd rather rise and float. I choose to breathe. They coming solo to feel my hello. Why? When they see me in the mall, in the middle of a brawl, they spot me playing ball. Only my name they call. My role at my arrival. Ooh, now I'm on. Sit down, bunny. Make you keep me company. Sit down, bunny. You turn me on. Sit down, bunny. Baby, keep me company. Sit down, bunny. As the thing don't.
TGIF, it's your boy, the Z, the E, the X to the ZY. ZeXzy. What's up, ladies and gents? Thank you for joining me on this live stream today. It's a beautiful Friday afternoon, or rather evening. It's past 4 already in New York, and yeah. So, oh, sorry, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, and I was just there are some things I have slated for Friday, and yeah, I actually thought it's Friday already, but yeah. So in any case, it's we'll call it a pre weekend. Yeah, I just started up my day, my exercise, had to do some stretch, did some meditation, did some YouTube research, and I was just thinking of more strategies for my album release, which by now you already know every sound is dropping August 29th. Most eclectic album in the world, most diverse, everything, like best album there is. Yeah, so I was just thinking about some of the rituals I usually engage in before I do my studio work, which is what I do sometimes once or twice in a week, mostly once in a week. I have to connect with my producer, mostly virtually, share ideas with him. So how it works is that when I have a song, and usually I come up with a melody, so I know what the song is sounding like. I know that the production, depending on the tone of the song, probably shouldn't be very harsh. Take for example a song like Obsession. When I started writing that song, I knew that it had to have a very mellow tone, a calm vibe. So I just basically started working on the melodies in my head, which I shared with the producer when we're eventually ready to work on the song. So all of that comes into play when I'm trying to get into the zone. So that's what this whole stream is about. How do I get into the zone? How do I get myself ready for studio time with my producer. And yeah, so one of the things I usually do is try to get the sounds that I want on that song, playing in my mind, um, the tones, put them together. There's a bass line in my mind that I think is working perfectly for the song. I record it on my phone, and then depending on um, if it's a very vocal tasking song, I may start doing intense uh, vocal rehearsals, um, and then when I hit the studio finally, myself and my producer will go over the song. We try to get a pitch, um, try to get the key of the song, and then of course I'll do more rehearsals, and then we work on the beats. I give him the sounds I'm hearing in my head. He too could have some sounds that he wants to introduce. Sometimes it's a clash of tones. He comes with his ideas. If his own is better, we use it. I come with mine. If mine is also sounding better than what he has, based on the consensus, because most times we have different people in the room who are telling you they think this sound is cool, they think this one is better, and then if we can have a consensus as to what is working best, that's what we stick to. So those are some of the rituals that I engage in when I before I get into the studio and after I get into the studio. And then when it's time to record, my vocals are already there because I've probably been singing along as the production is going, which makes my voice become clearer, become better, because your vocals needs to be trained every day for effective performance. So when I'm in the studio as the producer is working on the song, okay, like when we're doing Obsession, and the producer was in the hotel room. I remember that was when we were at a hotel in Lagos, and he came around. Um, my elder brother was getting married, and so he had to come to my hotel room himself and the other producer he came with, and we were like 5 or 6 in the room enjoying ourselves. We got drinks, got food, so it was a very lovely time, because part of what you also want to do is to get the producer in a very relaxed mode, so that he's inspired, or he's very open to inspiration. When you're cool, when you're happy, um, the more inspired you become. So we always make sure that the ambience is good for the producer. It's also good for me, who is the musician. So I just pretty much let everybody hang loose and enjoy themselves. Um, and then the producer is working his beats. I'm on one corner. I'm singing the song. Uh, so then, because we wanted to obviously feature a lady on the song, but then I had to rehearse with the producer and get the beat going, which we're going to send to the female artist on the song. As at that time, we had not arrived at anybody yet, so I needed to still sing the chorus to him until we find someone. So I was just there singing, "Sexy, sexy, you got me falling. Your body's always calling. Something inside me always exciting. Ooh, sexy. Ooh, I gotta falling. I, I, mm, I. So, the more I'm singing, the more inspiration he's getting for the sounds. And sometimes there are even things I didn't plan for. As he's working on his part, those sounds are coming to me. I'm improvising, I'm adding some melodies, I'm adding some lyrics. So that's pretty much um, a summation of what a studio ritual is for me. I mean, it doesn't have to go the same way all the time. Sometimes we work virtually. I'm at home. and the producer is in the studio. I have a studio at home too. Um, so we connect, we talk about the song. Sometimes I send him voice notes, he put on the beats, and then he sends me some ideas, and then we just go back and forth until we arrive at a good idea for what the project should sound like. But it's usually fun being live with the producer in the studio because you just feed off each other's energy and you try to enjoy the process. You produce together. He gives you ideas for what he thinks your pitch should be, the key you should be on, and yeah, we can still do all of that virtually, but sometimes nothing beats in person um, studio time with your producer. So I don't know how other artists do it. Um, some prefer to do their thing by themselves. I had a mentor one time who would produce the beat and then hit the record button and go behind the microphone. It was at a time when people were not really sitting down to record like we do now, being in a hotel or being in your own home. It was at a time when people still had to go to a studio with padded walls and all that. And he would make the beat at home. We'll go to the studio together. He'll hit the record button because I didn't know how to record, and then go behind the microphone to record himself. But I didn't really like that style because I don't think it gives room for any form of criticism, any form of intervention in case you're doing something wrong. Someone can say, "I don't think that sounds right. I mean, I think you should maybe re-record the part you just did." And even sometimes when I record with the producer, it sounds better because he's telling me, maybe you're too forceful on the vocals. Take it easy. Um, Go softly instead of going very, very harsh. And when you're in the process all by yourself, there are things you may not see. There are things you think is cool, but an on-listener would tend to tell you when you're not doing the right thing, or it could be better than what you're doing. But because you're alone, you just think it's fine. Um, so that's why I like people being around when I'm working on a song, when I'm recording. Um, it just makes for better music. Sometimes there's just this melody that comes to someone and they just start singing it and you think it sounds nice. You incorporate it into the music. What people don't understand is that music is just like football is. Music is as much a teamwork. Um, but in most cases, the musician is the front man that you see. Um, but there are a lot of people behind the scenes, the manager, the CEO, the producer, the road manager. Like so many people are involved in the process. The stylist, just to make um, the brand of that musician what it is. And if any parts of this whole system falters, it shows in the output of what that musician can do. One aspect of it can ruin it all. So there's the writing, there is the production, there is the marketing of the music, there is the social media angle of it, um, and so there is a whole lot of different sides that has to work very effectively um, for a musician's career to flourish. So that's why for me, teamwork matters a lot. I try not to take on everything, even if I also try to oversee a lot. Because sometimes people can do things the exact way you want them to do it, but then you can always give ideas on what can be done, and they give you theirs, and you guys forge a way for a brighter tomorrow. So it takes a lot of work to make music a business, because music is on the one side, the business is on the other hand, and then you have to fuse it together uh, for what is now called showbiz. So um, yeah, I hope you guys have learned a thing or two from my own recording. Another thing that is also very essential, even before I go to the studio, is that I like to exercise, I like to stretch, because when your body is free, when your muscles in your body are perfectly exercised, it also makes for sound to flow through your system much more easily. There's less clutter in your system, there's less, your airways are much freer when your body is warm and you've stretched your vocal muscles by way of vocal training, also by way of other physical exercise that I usually engage in every morning. So it's very essential that your body is free for you to be able to deliver perfectly in the studio. So thank you guys so much. It's Thursday. It feels like weekend has begun already for me. I'm already getting calls from friends, for us to hang out. So I hope you guys enjoy your day, enjoy your evening. Till I see you guys again, always remember this is a Maple Grove Media production. The man behind the scenes is Jamie Thiessen, pushing the buttons, making sure that this production is smooth. So from Maple Grove Entertainment, we love you guys so much. It's your boy, the Z, the E, the X to the ZY, ZeXzy. Till I see you again. Ciao. Haha.
Here is an album set to change the course of the world forever. A world tour, a buffet of music, if you may call it so. From his humble beginnings of Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria, west of Africa, ZeXzy's music transcends cultural backgrounds from coast to coast, recognizing every major genre there is. Ladies and gentlemen, from the stable of Maple Grove Entertainment, this is Every Sound.